All right, YouTube, we back with another one, man. I ain't gonna front. I wasn't even planning on making a video this soon, but you know, it is what it is, man. Glock decided to drop the bomb today, so we just gonna get right into it. Glock got the internet in a frenzy yet once again. I don't know if y'all been following, but as y'all know, Glock did discontinue a bunch of different models like a month or two ago. And as y'all can see, a lot of the Glocks that got discontinued are flying off the shelf. As you know right now, you can't even really find any models that you want in the stores or even online. It's kind of getting scarce with the inventory based on the models that they discontinued. So as y'all can see today, man, they decided to just discontinue the entire lineup. Yep, the entire lineup. I said it best. You heard it here. Probably didn't hear it here first. I probably done seen a couple other people make videos about this. Like I said, I wasn't even really planning on making a video, but I figured I'd go ahead and weigh in on it, kind of give my opinion on why I think they did what they did. For me, it's kind of like an Apple tactic. If y'all know, back then the iPhone will release a new iPhone every year, and then they would do the S model before they would actually come out with an entirely new iPhone number. And that's kind of what I think Glock is doing, in all honesty. YouTube, before we get any further into the video, you can clearly see these guns do not have any magazines in them. The chambers are clear. We always practice safety on this side, man. So as you can see, I got both the guns locked in the slide back position. So YouTube, please don't trip. Don't flag my video. Both guns are empty. As you can see, once again, there's nothing in here. No magazines. So we just gonna get right back into it, y'all. Like I said, Glock is discontinuing the entire lineup, so whatever is left that didn't get discontinued will officially be discontinued. I believe as of November 30th is the final call basically for whatever Glocks are on the shelf. So whatever is overstock or in the stores, still in inventory, they'll no longer be shipping any more Glock models in Gen 5. As far as I can see, as far as what I know, they're coming out with something called Gen V. Or the V models. So I thought it was gonna be when I first, because I got the email actually from Battlehawk Armory. They actually sent me an email earlier, and I actually knew before I even see any videos. They basically sent me an email stating that they're gonna discontinue the entire lineup, whatever's left, get it while it's hot, basically, and that they plan on coming out with a new model, basically that you won't be able to put a switch on. So they're gonna revamp the internals, I guess, so the switch could not be applied to the gun, because as y'all know, that's been the crisis for like the last 5 or 6 years. Everybody been running around crazy with the Gen 3s, and I believe you can't put a switch on the Gen 4s or the Gen 5s, but they even found a way to get them on there. So because of all the lawsuits and everything like that, I think that's one of the main reasons why they're discontinuing every model as of right now. And they're coming out with the new V models, because they're supposed to have the internals redone. Like basically they're going to redesign it so that you cannot apply a switch on there. And if y'all don't know what a switch is, basically it's a little device that goes on the back of the backplate of the gun. And no, YouTube, I'm not showing anyone how to apply a switch, just letting them know what's out there, basically for safety reasons. So yeah, it's a little piece. By now, most of y'all watching this, y'all probably already know, that goes on the back of the gun, and it basically turns your Glock into a machine gun. So that's for another video. I don't plan on getting into all of that, but basically they're saying that when I seen Lenny's video, they're also going to revamp like the trigger and I believe the serrations and a few other things. So I guess it's going to be basically like a updated Gen 5, if that's what you want to call it. And pretty much, you know, that's going to be just a revamp. Does not necessarily mean that they're coming out with the Gen 6 now, but I do feel like the Gen 6 has been in talks for like over a year now. A lot of people have been speculating. Me, myself, just trying to see like what do they plan on coming out with, basically. So in reality, like I said, this is probably just an updated Gen 5 version. And most importantly, I think to avoid a lot of the lawsuit things. And that's why they're going to get rid of the whole idea of being able to put a switch on the newer models. And also, the number one thing that I did read and that I did see on a few other videos is that they're not going to be MOS. The early versions of the V models, they will not be MOS. So they're not going to be optic ready at first. So I think that's just another tactic for Glock to basically milk it, because y'all know everybody's gonna go crazy when they come out with the new models. It's probably gonna have some minor upgrades, and then everybody's gonna go crazy for it. People who want to opt it, they probably gonna send the slide out to get milled, and then eventually, in a couple months from now, maybe like in the summer or something, I could see them coming out with an MOS model of the updated V model, if you will call it. I'm not really too worried about it. I don't really have any Glocks that I wanted to get my hands on. I did wanted to get the Gen 30, the G30 Gen 5, the 45 ACP model, but I don't really need 45 ACP, man. I mean, I kind of got the only two calibers that I need right here. This is basically a 40, 357 SIG. I can get the 40 barrel, which I will do at some point, and just rock 40 on here as well, and 357. So I can switch back and forth whenever I feel like it. So for me, I basically got a Glock 23 right here. There's no need for me to go out and get a Gen 5 model because they're also discontinued and they flew off the shelf. You can't even find those anywhere. And they actually were going for a good number, and I almost pulled the trigger on one. But like I said, it would have just been pointless because I basically already got a Glock 23. All I got to do is swap the barrel out, and that's it. So I'm not really too worried about this Gen V model stuff, whatever you want to call it, because it sounds dumb to me personally. But it's basically, like I said, a revamp. And like I know everybody's going to go crazy for it. I mean, I am a big Glock fan. I love my Glocks. But like I said, I'm cool with what I got right here. I got my 19X built up to how I got it and how I want it. And I feel like I don't think it's really necessarily going to be anything on the V models that's going to make me jump the gun. I'm not really too even worried about the MOS model. Like, I would even get it even without the MOS system. But it will really have to be something that I really want. And honestly, the only gun that I was planning on pulling the trigger on as of right now was the Glock 47. I'm kind of still on the fence about that. And now that I know that discontinue on all the current models, I know the G47 is eventually going to fly off the shelf. But it was actually between that and the G26X. But like I said, I'm kind of half and half on both models, man, because the G26 is just, in my opinion, it'll just be very expensive for me to build because I don't have a G26 gun, so I would have to get the frame, and then I would have to get the slide, which y'all already could see the prices going on them things, man. They're very expensive, so in my opinion, it just wouldn't make sense to build a G26X unless you already have a G26. So for me, it's probably eventually just going to be a hard pass. And all in all, with the G47, I basically have the G47 right here with the Ramjet. This is basically a G47. I'm not really too big on the modularity thing as far as swapping the slides and the frames out for if you have like a 19 and you can crisscross swap. I don't really care much about the modularity stuff. That's never really been something that I've been like hype about. And a lot of people do hype that up, even with SIG, that the modularity is there, that you could swap out the ICUs or whatever it's called. The internals are basically inside the gun. So the frame you can swap out without having to do the whole running the background check. I don't really care for that, man. I'm cool with the gun as is. That's not really going to be a selling point for me. Modularity, that whole modularity crap that's more like a gimmicky thing for me. I'm not knocking it. It's just, for me, it's just more of a gimmick. As of right now, these are the only two Glocks I'm rocking with. I don't plan on getting any Glocks right now. Like I said, I did want the G47, but with this whole V thing going on, the V models, I know it's going to send the internet in a frenzy. Everybody's going to go out and panic buy every Glock now. And pretty much I could see every Glock being sold out within the next few months. So the only inventory you probably only going to be able to come up on is some used models or overstock, which they probably going to be charging an arm and a leg, kind of like what they're doing with the Glock core models. Wish I would have hopped on that, me personally, because that's a money grab right there. If you decide to resell it or just keep it for a while, those models are now only for law enforcement. So any civilians that actually got their hands on them, kind of lucked out because I've been seeing them go for super high numbers. So I can literally see that happening with the Gen 5s, and pretty much every model is being discontinued as of today, up until November 30th. So only time will tell, y'all. Just thought I'd bring this news to y'all today. I'm not really a news channel. I just really didn't have no videos that I've been cooking up in the last week. I wasn't even planning on making a video, so I figured I'd just throw this out there real quick. Let y'all know what's going on in the gun world. If you haven't already heard, you probably already heard from all the bigger channels, but it is what it is, man. Let me know what y'all gonna do, man. Let me know in the comments. Are y'all gonna cop up on any Glocks before they go off the shelf, or y'all gonna rock what y'all already got? Let me know in the comments, man. Otherwise, I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Y'all be safe out there.